Hello and good morning, everyone. This is Carissa, and I'm your teacher for this session, this hour. It's time for us to begin our session about basic questions in English. So for those of you who would like to come on in and join me in the Hangout, I'm here and ready for you. We've got a great lesson planned today, so come on in and practice your question. Good morning. I see that, let's see, who do we have? I see a bright, shining face this morning. I'm not seeing your name yet. Just give me one second. All right, so I see a bright, shining face with a yellow shirt on. Please tell me your name.
My name is Mohammed.
Mohammed. Good morning, Mohammed. Welcome to class. How are you
Good
doing
morning.
today?
Thank you. I'm fine. How are you, my teacher?
Oh, I'm doing just fine today. Thank you very much. It's a bright, sunny morning here in Costa Rica.
Thank you.
Where are you from, Mohammed?
I'm from Yemen.
Oh, okay. Now, what time of the day is it in Yemen?
Now 3 o'clock
3 o'clock p.m. or a.m.?
p.m. Yeah. Yes, p.m.
Okay. All right. Very good. You're my first student from the Yemen. I'm pretty excited about
Yeah, I
that.
think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you.
I only have when I hear Yemen, I think of the movie that came out 2 years ago, I think it was, about salmon fishing in the Yemen.
You're right. Yes.
That's the only thing that comes to mind when I think of the Yemen. I need to do more research on the Yemen. But actually today in class, you're going to get an opportunity to tell us more about your country and where you live. We're going to ask some questions and get some great answers. Okay? So
No problem. No problem.
thanks for joining us here in class today, Mohammed. We're going to come right back to you. I'm going to go
Yeah.
ahead and welcome the other students here in class today. All
Thank you,
right,
teacher.
very good.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
let's see. I see some other shining faces here this morning. I see a face with sunglasses and a blue shirt. What looks like a picture. Antonio, welcome to class. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. Hello, teacher. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Good. Good morning. It's great to have you here in class with us. Sorry, I'm just looking for a piece of paper. Okay,
Thank
excellent job. So where are you from, Antonio?
My first time with you.
Yes, it is. Thank you for joining me here in class. I'm excited to have you here.
Thank you.
So where are you from, Antonio?
I'm from Spain.
Okay. All right. Well, good. I've had some other students from Spain. Actually, I have a friend from an island called Ibiza. Do you know that island?
It's a very little island here in Spain. Uh, uh, there are a big entertainment in this island, in
Okay.
disco or in beach.
Okay.
That's
All
a
right.
fantastic time in this island.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, at least we have something
I
a
have
little.
tried,
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you. What was the last thing you said, Antonio?
I have been twice. I have been twice in Ibiza.
Okay. All right, good. So you've been to Ibiza 2 times or twice. Okay, good. Well, I have to tell my friend that I had a student who has been to the island that she was born on. Okay, very good. Well, thank you very much for coming to class, Antonio. All right, I see another shining face. I see Ben, Vincenzo, welcome to class.
Thank you. Nice to see you. This is the first time in your class. And
Yes.
yeah, I'm very glad to see you because you, I must say, you have such a warm voice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
Hopefully that puts everybody at ease and you'll feel comfortable participating in class today. That's the
Yes.
objective. Okay, well, good. So, Vincenzo, where are you from?
I am from Rome, in Italy. Italy.
Oh, wow. Now, you're my
Yeah.
first student from Rome.
Yes.
So what time is it in Rome right now?
Yes, it's terrible. The time is terrible because there are 2 or 3 days that's raining. That is raining.
Oh.
It's impossible to go to the sea to this because it's going to rain all the way. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
lot of water.
Yes, you'll have lots of water. That's true. That's true. It happened to me the other day. I was teaching a class here at Verbeling, and all of a sudden there was a thunderstorm. There was thunder and lightning and hail. It was very dark, although it was only 4 p.m. It looked like it was 10 o'clock at night. It was pretty scary.
It's very strange because we are in summer. In summer,
Yes,
I don't know
yes.
when it's possible to have a good weather.
Yeah, I think right now the weather is a bit strange in many different places.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you, Vincenzo, for your introduction. All right, we're going to continue to welcome your classmates. We also have Tatiana. Good morning, Tatiana. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Today, good afternoon in my country. And good
Oh,
morning. Yes,
okay. So in what country are you?
Russia.
In Russia. Ah, okay, so it's afternoon for you. What time is it in Russia?
4:10.
Okay. So it's almost the same time as in Yemen.
Ah, really?
Yeah, Muhammad told me it's just after 4:30 there in the Yemen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting. Okay, Tatiana, well, it's great to have you here in class with us as well. Okay, I'm going to continue with our greetings. Let's welcome Ismail. Ismail, welcome. How are you?
I am very well, thank you, Carissa. How are you?
I'm doing good today. All right, so tell us, what country are you in and what time is it there?
I am connecting from Turkey. I live in Ankara, and time is 10 past 3 p.m.
Past 3. Okay.
3 to 10 p.m.
Okay, good. So 3:10. Okay, very good. Wow, we've got an international class this morning. This is wonderful. All right, it's going to lend itself to our lesson for today. Excellent job. All right, let's welcome David, or David. Welcome to class. How are you this morning, David?
Great teacher. And you?
I'm doing good. All right, so David, where are you from, and what time is it there?
I'm from Colombia, Bogota.
Uh-huh.
7 a.m.
7 a.m. So you're just about 1 hour ahead of us here in Costa Rica. It is just 6:10 p.m. in Costa Rica.
Okay.
Okay, good. Great to have you, David. All right, let's move on to Danielle. Hello, Danielle. Welcome to class. How are you this morning?
Hello, fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. So, Danielle, please tell us, where are you from?
I'm from Spain.
Okay, so you're from Spain. Great to have you in class. So it's afternoon right now, is that right?
Yes, 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Okay, so we've got two folks.
I've just had lunch.
Oh, listen to that. Well, you've had lunch and I have not had breakfast. I just had some coffee so far. It's a little too early for breakfast for me. Okay, good. So tell us, what did you have for breakfast, Danielle?
I have Potatoes
Mm-hmm.
and a steak, pork steak.
Oh, that sounds good.
Not very healthy, but
It
from time
sounds
to
good.
time.
Delicious.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Strong breakfast
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely a sound breakfast, and you're making me
for
hungry,
men.
actually. Okay, very good. All right, well, let's
Sing a
see. Let's see.
lunch.
Luis Antonio has joined us. Good morning or afternoon, Luis Antonio. How are you today?
Hi, Tita. I'm doing well.
Good. All right, so is it morning or afternoon for you, Luis Antonio?
No, it's 13 past 9 a.m.
Ah, so it's morning.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us, what did you have for breakfast?
For breakfast, orange juice, coffee with milk, and bread with butter.
Ah, okay. So two different drinks and some bread and butter. Sounds good. And there's nothing like some fresh hot bread in the morning. Mmm. Good. Thank
What
you,
do
Luis
you
Antonio.
Thank
what
you.
do you usually have for breakfast, teacher?
Well, it depends. It depends on the day. Here in Costa Rica, people usually have what we call gallo pinto.
Gallo pinto, yes.
Uh-huh. Gallo pinto is beans. It's a mixture of beans and rice, and usually it's cooked with onions and sweet peppers, a little bit of garlic, salt and pepper. And we usually have maybe some type of eggs or sausage or cheese with it, and maybe some tortillas. So on a day where I'm feeling like a heavy breakfast, then I'll have gallo pinto.
You can.
But on a light day, I may have cereal like oatmeal and fruit, coffee. Coffee is usually not missing in the morning for me.
Yes. We usually have cappuccino with the brioche in Italy.
Oh, that
Cappuccino.
sounds lovely.
Yes.
Oh, I tell you, if I have a cappuccino, I like what I call a mochaccino. I love to have chocolate
Cappuccino.
with it. Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
Good. Excellent job. All right, there's one other student that I want to welcome. Ruth. Ruth, welcome to class. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thanks.
Good. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? It's Ruth?
Rose.
Ruth. Okay. And
Yes.
where are you from? Where are you from, Ruth?
I'm from Spain too.
Ah, okay. So we have 3 from Spain here in class.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started. I just want to welcome everybody once again. We're going to start with some basic information, and it's probably a nice review for everyone. But today we're going to practice basic, and I'm going to say WH questions. All right, there's lots of questions that you can ask in English, but today we're going to practice our WH questions. And when I say we, I do mean everyone, okay? So because we have several students in class, you're going to get a chance to interact with each other and ask each other questions. I'm also going to listen to your answers, and I'll be looking for good sentence structure, okay? So, and don't worry, I'm not one of those mean, strict teachers. I'm listening for your sentence structure to be able to help you to improve the way that you express yourself in English. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to give you a couple of sentences, and I'd like you to tell me the word that is missing, okay? Can everyone see the Verbaling chat? Okay, or is,
Yeah.
okay, very good. So let's start with that first question that's in the chat box. Now, there's a word that's missing. There's a WH word that's missing. All right. Can you tell me what is missing? Call on students individually because that way it's a little bit more organized. Okay, Ruth. Ruth, can you tell me what word is missing from that sentence?
What are you
Okay.
doing?
Good, that's right. Okay, when you ask a what question, you are asking for what, Ruth? What are you asking for if you ask a what question? What do you want to know?
The present?
Okay, take a look at question number 1. Right below it, it tells you
Oh,
what
yeah.
you're asking for. Okay, what are you asking for with a what question?
Something. For example, if you say who is for a person.
Okay. Sticking with this question, if you ask for what, you want information. Okay, so when you're asking for information, then you ask a what question. Okay, beautiful job, Ruth. All right, let's move on to number 2, and I'm going to ask Antonio. Okay, Antonio, what is the missing word?
Why did you move to another country?
Okay, good. So that would be why. Okay, so why did you move to another country? All right, so Antonio, if I ask a why question, what am I looking for?
You are asking for the reasons in the past for you are moving to another country.
Right, I'm asking for, in this question, I want to know the reason you moved to another country. Okay, very good. All right, excellent job. All right, and let's see, let's go to our next question. Everyone's doing a great job so far. Let's move to question number 3, and this question is going to be for Muhammad. Okay, Muhammad, here's your question in the chat box. What's the missing word, Muhammad?
What a noise.
Okay, okay, so let's just a brief reminder. When you're not using your microphone, please make sure that you have it switched off or to mute. Okay, very good. Muhammad.
Where are we?
Yes. Okay, good. So where are we? All right. So Muhammad, if I ask a where question, what am I looking for?
You look for a place or place.
Okay, very good. So if you are going to a new place and you feel lost, you can ask that question, where are we? Very good. Excellent job, Muhammad. All right, so we're going to move on to a different type of question now. And this question is going to be for Vincenzo. Okay, Vincenzo, please tell me the missing word.
Which day is your rest day?
Very good. All right, so Vincenzo, when I ask a which question, what do I want to know? What am I asking for?
I want to know about a different specific thing. In this case, the day, a specific day of the week. So a specific thing, another specific thing.
Yes, very good. Okay, so in this case, you use which. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just going to, students, please check your microphones. If you are not speaking, please remember to go ahead and mute your microphone, because we're hearing a lot of background noise, so we want to just cut that out. Okay? All right, very good. So you're asking, because you have a choice, Vincenzo, all right? You have a choice of 7 days, and you can rest on any of those days. So when you have a choice of something and you want to know which thing, then you go ahead and you ask a which question.
Yes, okay. in order to distinguish between among the days of the week or something else. Yes.
Good. Now that's a great word. If you want to distinguish between your choices, that was a beautiful word. Great job, Vincenzo. Okay. All right, let's move on to Luis Antonio. Okay, Luis Antonio, your question is in the chat box, number 5.
When are you going on vacation?
Very good. All right, so when are you going on vacation? Now, why am I asking a when question? What do I want to know?
I'm interested to know the time or dates.
Excellent. So you want to know about, for example, dates and times. Excellent job. Everybody's doing a wonderful job here. Okay, so here's a different question, and let's see. Let's move on to, let's have Tatiana. Tatiana, are you ready for your question?
Okay, but where is my question?
Okay, there it is.
Whose shoes are these?
Very good. Whose shoes are these? Excellent job. Now, when do I use a whose question, Tatiana? What do I want to know?
When we want to find out the owner.
Ah, very good. Excellent job. Okay, so basically, this was a practice of when to use different WH questions. Now, we're going to practice, okay? So there are 3 students that haven't had a chance to practice yet. Now, you're going to come up with your own question, all right? So this is what you're going to do. Okay, Ismael, are you ready? Are you with us, Ismael?
Yes, I am ready, Carissa.
Okay, Ismael. Ismael, I'd like for you to ask David a question. Okay, just think of a question with a WH word to ask David. Yes, to ask David. Go ahead, Ismael.
David, what do you do for a living?
I'm living in... One moment.
Okay, your question is there in the chat box.
What is your profession?
My profession is engineer.
Okay, very good. All right, so let's see. Let's talk to Ismael first. Ismael, you did something that was very good. You asked a question. What do you do for a living? Okay, your structure was excellent there. That's a great question. All right, now the problem is sometimes when you ask a question, the person who is listening may not understand right away your question. Okay, they may think of something else. So you asked a different but similar question and you got the right answer. Okay, so that's the value of knowing when to ask certain questions. You can change it so that the person you're asking understands you. Very good. So to answer this question, okay, usually you use the verb to be. Okay, you would say I am for example, I could say I am an English teacher or a professor, right? So I'm an English teacher or a professor. Okay? All right, very good. So David, rephrase your answer. Tell us again, what is your profession?
I am an engineer.
There you go. Now there's one word that's missing. You said I am engineer. Okay, take a look at your sentence there. There's one thing that's missing in your sentence. After am, what word do we need there? Okay, we need an article. Okay?
Am.
Yes, that's it. I am an engineer. Okay, I'm going to ask this bonus question to the class. Why do we use an right there and not a engineer? Can anyone tell me that?
When begin with
Yes,
vowel.
Yes, because
when we have at the first of the word the vowel sound, we use
an is begin with a vowel.
All right. Okay, good. Now you're all very close. You're very close, okay? That's right, Danielle. You got it, okay? It's either when the next word begins with a vowel or a vowel sound. Okay, so there's 2 choices. Okay, when the next word, I'm going to type it here. When the next word begins with either a vowel or a vowel sound, you're going to use and. Use an. Okay, good. Excellent job. All right. So because in my sentence I said I'm an English teacher, it's because the word actually does begin with a vowel. Okay. Yes. Okay, excellent job. All right, let's see. We need to get Danielle involved. Okay, so Danielle, can you please ask Mohammed a question? Danielle?
How old are you?
Okay.
I think we need a question which begins with WH.
Okay, now that was a great question. All right, that's a great question. But today we're going to work with WH questions. So you're going to ask a question that is
okay, sorry.
Okay, no problem. Try that again.
Can make the same question with word in the W. Where Where were you born?
Mm.
I'm born in Yemen.
Sorry?
I'm born in Yemen.
Okay, now let's take a look at what we've done here. Okay, Danielle, your question is very good. You have very good structure. Where were you born? Okay, now Muhammad, your answer was I'm born in Yemen. Okay, now, but let's take a look at the question again. When do I use the verb to be were? Okay, am I talking about the present tense or am I talking about the past tense? Muhammad, can you tell me that?
I'm so sorry. I was born. I'm so sorry. I was born in Yemen.
There you go. You got it. I was born in Yemen. All right. So
Yes.
with these WH questions, I want to take a look at the verb that follows. Okay. So this is the structure. You have your WH word plus your verb, and then you have your subject, object, etc. Okay. All right, but you want to take a look at the verb. Make sure that you know what tense it's in because that affects your answer. Excellent job, Muhammad and Danielle. Okay, Muhammad, I'd like for you to ask Luis Antonio a question.
Antonio?
Yeah.
Okay. Just one moment. What's your telephone number?
Okay, make up a telephone number.
Question.
My telephone number is 996-03-4745. 4747.
Okay. All right. Now, good. Now, that's a good question. Okay. Structurally, Muhammad, your question is very good. So if you meet someone, it could be a business colleague. It could be someone that you're interested in. This is a great way to ask for their information. Okay. Now, along those same lines, you could also ask for their email address, for their physical address, and this is the exact structure that you're going to ask for. All right, very good job. I think someone said that's a personal question, and that's true. Okay, so there are different levels. You can ask general questions like we were asking, or you can get more specific and personal. Excellent job, very good. All right, let's move on. Vincenzo, can you please ask Ruth a question?
Ruth, which are your hobbies?
Okay, let's see. Ruth, Tatiana. Okay, I think Ruth is not here anymore. Okay, so let's change that person. Okay, let's ask. Let's get Antonio involved. Can you please ask Antonio a question, Vincenzo?
Antonio, which are your hobbies?
Can you repeat, please, Vincenzo? I can hear you.
Which are your hobbies?
Oh, I have a lot of hobbies. Watching TV, go out, eating with friends, and explore cars.
Okay, thank you.
May I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Why which? Why not what are your hobbies? Because there are no choice here.
Yes, there you go.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking about the same thing.
Very good. That's a great question, and let's answer that. Okay, so yes, you're right. That should be what? What are your hobbies? Because here you're simply asking for information. What are you? Okay, now we can ask which. Okay, because Antonio told us I have a lot of hobbies, and he told us about 4 hobbies that he has. Okay, so Vincenzo, now try to ask Antonio a which question.
I see. Okay.
I don't understand, teacher. Yeah.
Okay.
So is it right to say which or not in this case?
Okay. Now remember, let's scroll back up. to our activity. Okay, now go back to the which question. All right, on the which question, we said that we're going to use which if you're asking about a choice.
A choice, yes.
Okay, but in your question, we don't have any information about a choice.
Yeah.
What you're really asking about is for
What?
information.
Yes, yes. So it's more appropriate to use what or not? Yes.
Yes, that's right. So you would use what. But now, because Antonio gave us choices, okay, now we can ask a which question about the choices.
Yes, yes. Afterwards, after the answer, after the answer, yes.
Yes. Excuse me. Okay, so
I could say which of these hobbies do you like most?
Bless you.
Salute.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry about that.
Cheers.
One moment, I have a tickle in my throat. Excuse me. That's much better.
In such situation, what American people say? Bless you, be healthy, or what?
That depends. Some people say bless you. Some people simply say, "Are you okay?" So it just depends.
It's a very stupid question because are you okay? Because you are not okay in this case.
Yeah. Sometimes when I watch American films, people, a man or woman is dying, and ask you, "Are you okay?"
You are dying.
He's dying.
Yeah, are you dying? It's like, I don't think so.
I'm just dying. No,
are you okay? Yes. Maybe soon I will be okay.
Yeah, I guess the thinking is if the person says yes, then that means that they're on their way to being okay. If they don't answer, then you know you need to do something. Okay, very good. So, okay, so here we go. So which hobby is your favorite? All right, now there's a choice involved.
Yes, afterward, yes.
Excellent. So it seems like when you're using a which question, you need some more information. Okay, you have to have your choices there. Okay, very good. Okay, Tatiana, it's your turn. I'd like for you to ask Ismail a question. Tatiana.
Okay, Ismail, what's the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Oh, good question.
Ismail, where are you?
Maybe it was a little too strange for him. Let's see, Ismail.
Maybe now he's eating strangers' food.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe so. All right. Well, let's choose a different student. Tatiana, choose a different student to ask a question.
Okay, Antonio.
Okay.
I want to ask you, what's the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
I am thinking about. I can remember because it was happened many years ago. But I eat some drink very sweet that you can dip with your mouth, but I don't remember the name.
But what was it? What was it?
Castilla.
Castilla?
Castilla, here in Spain.
Ah.
It's typical from our region here in Spain. I don't like sweets. I prefer salty food.
Okay. Okay, now that's interesting. Okay, so you mentioned something typical. Before you continue, Tatiana, I just want to mention something. I just want to make sure that we're in the right tense. Okay, so in Tatiana's question, she says, what's the strangest thing you've ever eaten? Now, in what tense should the answer be in? Should it be present tense or should it be in past tense?
in past tense.
Present perfect.
Right. So, well, it depends. Okay, your question is actually in the present perfect. That's right. But when you're answering that question, you're gonna say it in the past tense. Okay, because he's going to tell you about something that happened in the past, a single event that happened in the past. Okay, so instead of saying I eat something very sweet, what's the past tense of eat? It's an irregular verb. What's the past tense of eat?
Ate.
I ate.
I ate.
Ate. It actually sounds like the number 8. All right, good. So
should we pronounce like 8, not at?
That's right. Think of the number 8, and that's the correct pronunciation.
Thank you. I pronounce all the time at. I ate. Maybe it's Britain. Britain English. At.
And you know that could very well be. I used to live in the Caribbean. And there's a heavy British influence in the Caribbean, at least in that part where I was. And people say et.
Et. It depends.
So it does depend. It took me a minute to understand what they were saying at first. Do you mean 8? Okay. But it's right. There's a difference in accent and pronunciation. All right, that's true. Okay, great. So this is has been a very good practice. With you interacting with each other, asking different questions. Now, I want to give you a couple of situations, and we're going to do a little bit of dialogue, and you're going to see in some different situations when to use which question. All right, when to use what question. All right, so here we go. Okay. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to have, in this case, let me have, okay, Ismail, I think, has still stepped away. So, David, I'd like for you to read person A, and let's have it read person B. Okay, now here's the situation. The telephone rings. Okay, so let's begin. David, you are A, and Mohammed, you are B.
Hello?
Mohammed, go ahead. You can read person B.
I would like to speak with Mr. Smith, please.
Who is calling?
Alan Ford.
Okay, very good. Nice job. Okay, so if you are in an office or at home and the telephone rings, the obvious question that you're going to ask is, who is calling? Okay, take a look at the structure. Again, your WH question and then your verb. Okay, again, you want to know about a person. Who is calling? Excellent job. All right, we're going to move on to our next situation, and we're going to have 2 more participants. Okay, just one moment. I'm going to get that situation in the chat box for you. All right, great pronunciation as well, Mohammed and David. Okay, so here we go. Our next situation, and let's see. I'd like for, let's have Danielle. Danielle, if you can read person A, and we'll have Vincenzo, can you read person B? Okay,
Yes.
The situation is someone knocks on the door.
Who is it?
Hello, it's Bob Tucker from across the street.
Hi, Bob. What brings you over?
I came to tell you that your dog got loose.
Thanks, Bob. I'll go find him.
Okay, very good pronunciation. All right, again, this is a situation where you can ask a who question. All right, now look at the difference. Okay, this time we have who is it. Okay, we don't know who's at the door. So in English, we're going to use a preposition. It's a neutral preposition, it. Who is it? Excellent. Very good. All right, and also we have another WH question. What? What brings you over? Okay, and I'm asking this question, I want to know the reason for your visit. What brings you over? Okay, are there any questions so far?
Yes, I have a question.
Go ahead.
In English, an animal must be him or it. I'll go find it or I'll go find him.
Okay, now there are two options. All right, in general, animals, when we refer to animals, we use the preposition, excuse me, not the preposition, the pronoun it. Okay, we say it. All right, but when you are speaking specifically about a male or female animal, then you would use he or she.
Okay. But
Okay.
when you want to express the sex of the animal, it's all in this case or not?
Okay, that's true.
Why don't we use it?
Okay, so let me give you an example. All right, so I have two cats. I have two male cats. All right, my cats' names are Lo and Scratch. Okay, so if you come to my house and you say, Carissa, where are your cats? I could say, I don't know where they are. Okay, in the plural. If you ask me in the singular, Carissa, where is your cat? Okay, I would say, I don't know where he is.
Why not where it is?
I could say I don't know where it is, but it sounds a bit more impersonal.
Your cat just like your pet and a member of your family, that's why.
Yes, you got it. Okay, so I refer to my cats as him, or because I specifically because they're my boys. So I would say I don't know where he is. Right, and also, if I said I don't know where she is, it gives you information about the sex of my cat.
Yeah.
Okay, if I say
Teacher,
it, you still don't know. Go ahead, please.
Another statement. If there is another statement for this question, what brings you over? Is there any statement that is equal to this statement?
Okay, so an alternative question
Maybe use it.
Okay, good. Now, I'm going to answer that, but first I'd like to ask your classmates first. Okay, let me have your ideas. All right, so what is another way to ask what brings you over? Does anyone have another idea?
Come to my house over. Yeah?
Perhaps it's visit.
Drop by.
Come
Okay,
over
good.
to my house. Come over.
Come on.
Okay. Okay, but we want to know in the form of a question.
Or something like that.
Okay, so here's
double H form we need to ask.
So here's one thing I heard. What's the reason? Okay, that's another way to ask the same question. What's the reason for your visit?
Yeah.
In what situation could we ask this question? It seems like a little bit rude. What do you want? What do you need? What's the reason for your visit?
Okay, yes, this question, what's the reason for your visit? This does sound a bit more formal, okay? So for example, if you are visiting a website, okay, say that you're visiting a website about, I don't know, about tourism, okay, and maybe they have a virtual assistant, okay? So the virtual assistant may say, Tatiana, what's the reason for your visit today? Okay, it's formal. It's formal. But if you want to use a more informal and more personal question, I could say, Tatiana, what brings you over today?
Yes, what brings you over today? I see. Can I use this phrase, for example, in Skype, about Skype? What's the reason for adding me when some people want to add me in your Skype? Would I ask, what's the reason for your adding me on your Skype, or how?
I would say there, why have you added me?
Why had you added me?
If it's a stranger, and you're doing good, Tatiana, because I don't even ask. I just reject strangers. If I don't know you, I'm not going to add you on my Skype. I'm not going to ask questions. I'm just not going to add you. It's not something that you might typically ask. You may ask, instead of what's the reason, you may ask who. Who are you? Or you may say, I'm sorry, I don't recognize your Skype name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I haven't asked a question literally, but in an indirect way, I am asking, who are you and why have you added me? Right? Just with this simple statement, I'm sorry, I don't recognize your Skype name. Okay, it's very polite, it's inoffensive, and if it's not a strange person, they will tell you who they are and the reason that they've added you on Skype. Okay, so sometimes you can be direct with your questions, and sometimes you can be a bit more indirect and get the same information. Okay, very good.
My teacher, this depends on the situation or something like that.
I'm sorry, repeat your question.
Sometimes you need to ask someone more polite, or if you have to take a question like why, the reason, what, the reason, also what bring you. This maybe depends on the situation you have. If you need to talk about more polite or something like that.
Yes, that's true. Okay, because for example, I may jokingly say to a friend who has come over, what are you doing here? Okay, so if a friend comes over and I want to play with them a little bit, I'm not worried about being polite. I may say, hey, what are you doing here? Okay, so I'm being playful and I'm asking the reason why they're here. Okay, so you're right. It does depend on it depends on the situation. You're right. Okay.
Also for the with the tone, teacher.
Yes, you're right. It depends on your tone. Because if my boss comes over, and even if my boss is a good friend, I still want to show them respect. Okay, so I'm going to change my tone so that I still get the information that I want, but I'm still being respectful. Yes. Okay, or if your mother-in-law comes over, okay, you want to be careful.
Pay attention.
Exactly. Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to move to a different situation. And we're going to get some more participation. This is good because you're asking different questions, and that was the point of our lesson today. All right, so here is a different question, and let's get some more participants. Okay, let's have
a question, teacher.
Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
You know about the use of over, no? When I say it's coming to see me over, can I say see me over? Come over, brings you over. They are the same meaning, or which is the difference with the use of over in a verb?
Okay.
What? All right. Yes.
Okay. So I could use it, for example, if I'm inviting you, I'm going to put here to invite someone to your home, you could say, come over at 5 p.m. Okay, it's a simple statement, and it's an invitation. Come over. Now, what I'm saying is, leave your home and pass over, okay, whatever the distance is, to my home. Okay, so come over at 5 p.m.
Excuse me, teacher, if I say come at 6 p.m., which is the difference without over? Yes.
It depends. It depends on what you're saying. Okay, so for example, you could say, I'm having a party. Let's give some background information here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm having a few friends I'm having a few friends over for dinner tonight. Again, you're saying over because they're passing from wherever they are. They're passing the distance to your home. Okay, so it's a good opportunity to use over. Okay, so I'm having a few friends over for dinner. I could ask you, what time should I be there?
Okay.
What time should I be there? And you could say, come at 5 p.m. Okay, you could say that. Come at 5 p.m. That's perfectly acceptable. Another option would be come over at 5 p.m. Again, you're emphasizing come to my house at 5 p.m. Okay, so you actually have options and both are correct.
So with the use of over, you mean that I can't understand very well the difference.
Just use it.
Just use it.
Just
use it.
No, I heard a sentence that said, my friend is coming over to visit me. Coming over to visit me.
Options and both are correct.
Use of over, you mean that that I can't understand very well the difference.
Just use it.
I have a sentence that says,
What's that?
come to see me over. No, come to see me. Come to see me over.
Options and both are correct.
It's maybe from David. David, switch off. Yes, it's from David.
From David.
I can't hear him.
It's a metallic voice.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Carissa may be frozen.
It's a robotic voice.
All right, try. Gonna ask a question?
No.
No. But it doesn't matter, teacher.
Okay, I think that. All right. Okay, listen for it. Okay, it just from one place to that adds.
Your voice is split.
Yes, we can't hear clearly.
Let's take.
Perhaps because the lesson is going to finish, it's split.
Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Now
yes,
we can.
Well, not continuously.
What's happening with that?
It's an internet problem.
There's
it's a problem of connection.
Let's have. Okay, let's. David, I'd like for you. And then her from Luis Antonio B. Now I'm gonna.
Okay, read dialogue.
Read.
I'm ready.
Luis Antonio, David, read the dialogue.
Okay, I'm waiting for my co-worker.
Hey, John.
Hi, who won the game last night?
I don't know. The game was boring and fell asleep.
Okay.
And I fell asleep.
The Okay, good. Here is where. So this is a conversation now, since they're playing the World Game. So they just finished to ask when you. Okay. Does anyone have any? Are there any?
No.
Okay, let's finish.
Time is over.
It's time to finish, maybe.
You need to go other class.
Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
All right.
See you next time.
Wonderful rest of the day.
Thank you for your lesson.
See you
You're very kind.
Thank you, my teacher.
You have a very warm voice.
Bye.
I like it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Adiós a todos.
Looks like the connection is. Have a wonderful day.
The same to you, teacher.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.